Well, hi, Recap fans. It's Friday, so it's time for all the news that the mainstream media is going to absolutely ignore. Last week, Tim gave a report on a new app called the Poop Map. And I must say, the response was nothing less than overwhelming. And in fact, a number of you have suggested that I form a weekly recap Poop Map League. Now, I'd be happy to do it. The issue is, can I get more than 12 or 15 of you to get on board with it? I think it'd be a lot of fun if we had like 50 or 100 people in it. So let me know your level of interest. Send me an email and tell me whether you'd want to participate in a Poop Map League. Now, the 4th of July, last Sunday, it was a little bit of a bust for me, and I'll tell you why. I was looking forward to a reading of the Declaration of Independence on the green in Morristown, you know, that main square down there. And what I had understood was that people got dressed up in Revolutionary War costumes, and, you know, they had this reading, and it sounded like it'd be a lot of fun. For some reason, it was canceled. Here's what the green looked like Sunday afternoon. So disappointed with that, what I did was I took my camera and I went for a walk on South Street, which is pretty busy on a Sunday afternoon. So if you want to see what the main drag in Morristown looks like on a summer Sunday afternoon, there'll be a video linked at the tail end of this. You know, the weekly recap is no stranger to controversy. In fact, we don't shy away from it at all. And that's the subject of this week's investigative report. Over the last few days, there have been major stories on the internet about Subway overhauling its menu. And the newsworthy part about Subway doing that is that they left alone their recipe for the tuna sandwich. Now, let me go back a little bit. Some months ago, somebody filed a lawsuit against Subway claiming that there was no tuna fish in their tuna fish. And the Washington Post and the New York Times picked up this story, and what they did was to run some investigative reports testing tuna sandwiches in a variety of Subway locations. They even did some DNA testing, and they concluded, I think, that there was at least a little bit of tuna fish in these sandwiches, but that was subject to some doubt. And the issue there is that the DNA testing on processed food just is not at all reliable. Anyway, I looked at this and said, this is a subject for a weekly recap investigative report. So I decided to try one of the tuna fish sandwiches. A little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It turns out there are 3 Subway locations very, very close here in Morristown. Unfortunately, they're all closed. I don't know why. So I drove down to Basking Ridge and I went to a Subway in the Lions Mall, and I got a tuna fish sandwich. Here it is, the tuna fish sandwich. And, you know, wrapped in the usual Subway stuff. You know, it looked to me when they were putting it together like it was just a couple of ice cream scoops full of whatever that tuna fish is. So here's the Here's the sandwich. I got it on Italian bread, got it with some lettuce and tomato. And let's see what it tastes like. Let me see. It tastes like tuna fish to me. I mean, it's got the usual overload of mayonnaise in it. And there's probably some other stuff that make up this concoction, but it certainly tastes fishy. So at the end of the day, I don't know really what it is that I'm eating. I really don't. It could very well be tuna fish. Typically I like tuna fish just right out of the can. I don't need anything on it. If anything, it'd be a little mustard. But anyway, there you go. And what you need to do is, actually with something like this, is to make up your own mind. Is it real or is it fake? Anyway, that's this week's report. Well, as I suggested at the end there, give it a try yourself if you're interested in checking out whether you think that Subway has decent tuna fish or not. For those of you who've been following the construction that's going on here in our little corner of Morristown, it's moving along. They've replaced the roof. That's done. But the siding seems to be going a little bit slow. Well, that's all the news that I've got this week. I expect that next week will probably be even busier. So make sure you come back here for another hard-hitting report with all the news that you're just not going to find anywhere else. And again, check out this video if you want to see what South Street looks like on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody take care.